the Dome was my second home. It was a place where I was able to come and hang out with my friends, do some homework, and on the periphery, it was an opportunity for them to keep me out of trouble growing up here in New York City. And I was able to, through the Dome Project, go to college and understand what college life is all about. They took me up to Cornell University, which is where I wound up going. And my life started to unfold very positively as a result of all that. So, to say the least, I have a debt of gratitude to the Dome Project.
But I remember those words from Jay Lewis who tell me, without education, there's no future. Without consistency, there is no goals. Without goal, there is no life. So this quote really hit me, made me understand that it's not only my future, it's my next generation future, it's my family future, it's all the people around me future who depends on me also.
A lot of the stress that was being accumulated led me to bad influences in the streets, and the people that I was hanging out with weren't the right people, and the day came up and I did the wrong thing. I do feel remorse towards the things that I did, though I came out and I felt that I needed to be resilient and to pick myself back up so that I can redeem myself for the bad things that I did.
And it's complicated. It's not just a mental health or social justice or social service organization. It's got an obligation to the court. The criminal justice system is completely unforgiving and harsh, as well as racist and classist. And so here's the Dome, based in the community, which when the Dome was created, it was in the middle of a very rough community. Now
the Dome was very helpful in getting me out of the streets of the Upper West Side, which back in those days was a little bit more, shall we say, a little bit more adventurous than they are now. So I had the opportunity to go to prep school through the Dome, and it was one of the best things that ever happened to me, because if I was still on the Upper West Side hanging out with the crew that I used to hang out with, I probably wouldn't be here right now.
Project. Prior to becoming a teacher, I was a professional baseball player, and I sustained a major knee injury, and my career promptly came to an end. And I was fortunate enough to meet someone whose name is John B. Simon, and sort of planted the seeds that there was a second life that I had not experienced. And I became one of the sort of coaches and assistant teachers at the All Angels Church. And that's where this wonderful journey began.
When I was in my early teens, Omar Vargas was my baseball coach, and he was able to get us to try out for a team that actually went to go play baseball in Mexico, which, you know, for a kid growing up in New York City and really haven't had the opportunity to travel anywhere, it was the biggest thing in the world. We had uniforms, we had bags with our numbers and names on it, and we were flying through the country like professional baseball teams, all at the age of 13. So it was great. So that was definitely a highlight for me. And the memories just go on and go on.
We went to the New Yorker with one of the poets that became one of the speakers, and it was fantastic because you think that you come to one of these programs and you think they're just kids who are locked up and just trying to do something quick so that they can, you know, move on with their lives. A lot of these kids have talent. A lot of people who are incarcerated have talent. A few of the other kids, you know, like two of the kids, they recited raps. I recited a poem that I actually wrote at the Dome, and it makes you feel good. It makes you feel that it makes you feel comfortable to be in such an environment, because it shows that, yeah, you messed up, they messed up, but look, we have something in common, and it means that we all have talent. We have something special about each other.
Before school started, and I used to tell Johnny, if I don't get an A in every class, I'd rather just fail. And John said, well, you know, you're not going to get an A in every class, but just, you know, do your best. You know, there have been a lot of personal ups and downs in my life, and a lot of the people at the Dome, whether it was Tom Pendleton or George or John, they've always been there. And for my whole family, in fact, my brother was involved with the Dome, my sisters.
It's easily accessible to my clients from Harlem, and both geographically and also psychologically. Young adults feel like they can walk in there and talk and be who they are and learn, and it's a great service. And unfortunately, I mean, we would all be in a lot better shape if there were 100 domes just in New York City, but there's just one. It's tiny.
When young people, school's not working, family's not working, the incarceration is looming, drugs are looming, you can just come here and it's a one-stop place. You can get support, you can get warmth, you can get anything you need as a young person to keep going in a positive way. It's a shoulder, it's a 311 if you want that, but it's real support. It's not fluff.
Pretty much encourage other people to say that this institution is helping other people. They really taking teenagers that are pretty much without guidelines, and they giving you the path and say society needs you to go this way, and they really shaping you in a sense to conduct yourself in the society. So I just want to say thank you. If anyone can help this institution, please do it, because they're doing a great job.